Welcome to the 2020 Minnesota Real Estate Journal Awards. We are pleased to present the top real estate projects and people in Minnesota. 2019 was an amazing year for real estate, with projects of all types emerging daily. Congratulations to all the finalists. You are all shining stars. Without further ado, we bring you the 2020 Real Estate Awards.
Good morning, or good afternoon, excuse me, everyone. Welcome. Please grab your seat. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. It's great to see so many people here in such a huge room down at the Depot in downtown Minneapolis for our annual Minnesota Real Estate Journal Awards. So thank you to all of you for attending in person, and thank you to all of you that are watching from the comforts of your home or in your office. We really appreciate you joining us here today. We couldn't be hosting this event without all of you for participating in today's program, for all of your companies for purchasing tables, and then also with our sponsors for sponsoring today's program here today. I'm going to recognize all the sponsors: CSM Corporation, Bridgewater Bank, Industrial Equities, Stephen Scott and Bader Development, Hyde Development, Link, and Interstate Companies. Please join me for a quick round of applause. Excellent, awesome. So you're not going to, well, I'm going to be only giving out a couple awards today, but we were fortunate enough to recruit an unbelievable master of ceremonies. Many of you know this person, so please join me for a round of applause for Jim Damiani, Executive Managing Director, Newmark Knight Frank. Jim, come on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. Jeff told me this was going to be a Zoom event. So for those of you at home, you're probably dressed like this, so sorry about that. Jeff called and he said, I want you to be a host. I don't want you to be an MC. I want you to be a master of ceremonies. Jeff, that's what an MC is. Yeah. That's what it stands for, just so you know. Yeah, I know, it sounds better. So welcome to Jeff's Super Spreader event. Looks like a Trump rally. No, for those of you at home, people are spread out. No one's right next to each other. All they did was invite basically people up for awards, right? So there's like 5,000 people here. The program is going to go real well. About halfway through the program, we're going to have Gary Holmes come up. He's going to introduce our Lifetime Achievement Award winner, John Allen. And John promised to speak, about 10 minutes on your career and things like that, John. So don't miss it. It's going to be the best hour that you've ever heard. So, all right. So show of hands, who saw the presidential debate Tuesday? Keep your hands up if you thought it was a train wreck. Okay, it was a train wreck. So I watched Twitter a little bit, followed Twitter a little bit, and I saw people saying that it was Chris Wallace was like a kindergarten teacher. And I was like, he's a kindergarten teacher that's trying to get the kids to take their nap after recess, after you fill them full of sugar. I think teachers are underpaid after watching that. That's all I got to say. So today we are not going to talk politics. We're not going to think politics. We're not going to talk about the pandemic. We're just going to have some fun and recognize a lot of great industry leaders and for their efforts. So first award, Jeff? That me? All right, so I'm going to do the first 5 awards. The first one is Suburban Multifamily. We got those on the screen? Follow along in your book. So the nominees are Area in Edina, Chamberlain Apartments, Elevate at Southwest Station, Loden SV, Nolan Mains, and the Venue. And the winner is, drum roll, Nolan Mains. Congratulations, Nolan Mains. Is anyone here from Nolan Mains? Come on up and get your award. I'm going to read a little bit about your award while you're walking. Nolan Mains, the design team reimagined the potential of this once neglected site to create a luxury living and one-of-a-state gathering space at 50th and France called Nolan Mains. Congrats, guys. Here's your award. Fist bumps? Fist bumps? You want to say something? This mic is live over here.
Thanks to all the contestants, and obviously honored to be here and to receive the award. So excited for what this means to 50th and France and Edina.
Great. Guys, stand over there and get your photo taken. Congrats. Thanks for wearing tennis shoes. I'm not the only one wearing tennis shoes. All right. Our second award, Greater Minnesota. Nominees, 111 Vine Street in Owatonna, Absolute Air in Faribault, Delta Deno, Bemidji Operations Center, Riverwalk, and the Maven on Broadway. And the winner is Riverwalk. Anyone here from Riverwalk? Round of applause. Okay, great, thank you. No one here from Riverwalk. Well, we're going to read about them. We're going to accept the award on their behalf. Riverwalk Apartments is the first downtown waterfront luxury apartment complex in Rochester, where residents enjoy a southern river view and stadium seating facing Mayo Field. The building consists of 152 units, 5 stories of wood frame atop 2 levels of precast podium. Construction included demolishing 4 single-family homes and extensive excavation efforts due to the nearby Zumbro River. Congratulations. Our third award, Redevelopment, Reuse, Redevelopment, Reuse, Historic Mixed Use. The nominees are Blair Arcade and the Blair Apartments, Commission House, Schmitz Radskeller, and Tractor Works. And the winner is Commission House. Anybody here from Commission House? The Commission House, a newly renovated, historically designed building featuring studio apartments and retail spaces. Built in 1889, the building's original use was defined by its current name, a commission house, or a brokerage house of local trade. At the time, Lowertown functioned as a hub of trading, and Commission House served several merchants who distributed goods via steamboat or rail. Mostly, it served a single purpose for the Seatheads Carpet Company, which called it home for over 50 years. Congratulations, Commission House. The next award, Retail Restaurant. The nominees, Three Jack. I wish we could go to these places right now. Gray's Restaurant. Lat Asian Eatery. I've been there. That's a really good spot. And Rag. And the winner is uh-oh, did I miss one? RH Minneapolis, the Gallery of Edina, because they won, and I didn't read them off. Sorry about that. Congratulations. Anyone here from RH Minneapolis? RH Minneapolis, the Gallery in Edina represents the brand's quest to revolutionize physical retailing as well as its continued foray into hospitality with a glass and case restaurant and wine and barista bar, which opened onto a beautifully landscaped rooftop park. Congratulations. We will accept the award on your behalf. Next, we're going to have a new presenter. Can I have Mike Bauer come? Oh, I got to do mortgage. One more. That felt like 5. Didn't that feel like 5? That felt like 5. All right. Mortgage Broker Banker of the Year. Nominees. Brett Olson. Kyle Gemtrude. And the winner, Brett Olson. Is Brett Olson here? Congratulations, Brett Olson. In 2019, Brett originated approximately $270 million in new loans with an average loan size of $20 million. That's not even close to the sale that you had, is it, Gary? I mean, that wouldn't even be the escrow money. Okay. Golden Bridge office led the Grand Bridge network of over 20 offices, closed $850 million in loan volume. It closed loans with 10 different capital providers, including local and regional banks, life insurance companies, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. It was one of the 5 Grand Bridge producers to be awarded the 2019 Trust Performance Award from our parent company, Trust Financial, and the 6th largest U.S. financial institution. Congrats, Brett. We will accept the award on your behalf. Now we need Mike Bauer to come up. Where's Mike? Mike, come on up. Mike's going to announce the next 4 awards.
Thank you, sir. Sorry I put pants on today. I got recruited when I walked in the door here today, and I apologize. I got brand new reader glasses and I don't have those with me. These are for driving distance, and I got readers that I just got that are sitting in my truck. So I apologize. I won't be doing a lot of reading up here. But the first award is for most significant sales transaction, which is TRIA Corporate Center, Industrial Equities, Link, Ford St. Paul Redevelopment, and Midway Mile Industrial Campus. And the winner is?
Oh, thank you. Right there, right where your left hand is. Right there, top of that. Yeah.
And the winner is Ford Site Redevelopment. Anybody from that group here? I think there is, actually. Thought I saw. No? I know Bill McHale was here. There's Billy. How you doing, Bill? Good, good. So I will try to read this the best I can. Sale of 122 acres redevelopment, the former Ford plant in Highland Park neighborhood of St. Paul, Minnesota. That's about all I can read here. Sorry about that. Congratulations. Well, that's not in order. Next one is redevelopment, reuse, and historic office. We have Bridgewater Bank Corporate Center, Edina Commerce Center. Those would be the two. And, I'm sorry, McGough headquarters, the Guardian Building, and Kickerneck Building. Great projects. And the winner is Bridgewater Bank Corporate Center. Congratulations. do we have any recipients from that
Okay,
project
there's
here?
the award.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You, let's see.
I'll say 2 words.
Yeah. You can take your mask off.
Yeah.
Please do.
Really great that this project be recognized for this redevelopment in this area. I know it means a lot to all the people that were working with the development team and the design team, including the city. We're very happy with the outcome and what this will do, or this building will do for St. Louis Park. So it's nice that this body kind of recognized that cohesiveness and development going on. Thanks.
The next one is Senior Housing Southwest. First one is Avador Edina, Eden Prairie Senior Living, Havenwood of Minnetonka, Orchards of Minnetonka, and Riley Crossing Senior Living. Oh, Prairie Bruff Senior Living. Sorry about that, skipped that one. And the winner is Riley Crossing Center Living. Congratulations. Do we have a recipient here? Nope. Okay. All right. Perfect. This next one is affordable housing. We have Hook and Ladder Apartments, Mino Oski Andanyang. We've got Mino, Union Flats, and the winner is Union Flats. Everybody, oh, perfect. Congratulations. And, you say a couple words, would you?
Sure. Maybe something.
Yeah, take your mask off.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I know we spend a lot of time into designing sustainable, affordable housing, and we really appreciate the recognition for that effort. So thank you.
All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Jim here.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Next, we want Jay Koditek to come on up here to present the next 5 awards. Jay here? Here he comes.
Good afternoon. I'm not even going to try to read these because I did not bring my cheaters. So I'm here for redevelopment, reuse, historic, medical, and the finalists are Alina Greenway Clinic and Urgent Care, Voyage Healthcare Clinic, and the winner is Voyage Healthcare Clinic. Congratulations, and I'll take this award on their behalf. Next award, Broker of the Year, and the finalists are Ackerberg Group, I think that's wrong. Broker of the Year? Broker of the Year, finalists are Eric Batiza, Colliers International. Brian Brugman, Colliers International. Paul Donovan, Cushman and Wakefield. Ross Hedlund, Frauenschuh. And Jill Rasmussen, Davis. And the winner is Jill Rasmussen, Davis. I do have a short thing from Jill, and I printed it really large so I can read it. She's said she was sorry could not be here to accept this award in person. Thank you so much for this award. I am honored for this recognition, and thank you to my partners and team for making it possible. Congratulations, Jill. Next up, Interior Design Multi-Tenant Office. And the finalists are 701 Carlson Tower, Egandale, the Andrus Building, the Nordic in Sable, and the winner is the Andrus Building. Anybody from Andrus? Congratulations, Andrus. We'll accept this award on your behalf. Next up, General Contractor of the Year. And the finalists are All-Star Construction, Crawford Mertz, Doran Companies, and the winner is Doran Companies. Congratulations.
On behalf of all of our field team, I want to say thank you for this award, and I want to thank our Doran Architecture and Doran Development, as well as our in our partnership. So thanks again for this award.
Okay, next award. Medical Property. And the finalists are RS Clinic Woodwinds, Shriners City Place 2, Twin Cities Orthopedic Waconia, Woodbury Medical, and the winner is RS Clinic Woodwinds. Congratulations. Congratulations, RS Clinics Woodwinds. We'll accept this on your behalf, and back to Jim.
Thank you, Jay. Next, we want M.J. Crocker to come up to present the next 3 awards. You know, Jeff told me to tell some jokes, but my jokes are not appropriate. But okay, a guy hears a knock on the door. He goes, opens the door, and there's a snail on his step. He pushes it out in the yard, goes back in the house. 3 years later, he hears a knock at the door, opens it up, and the snail goes, what the heck was that all about? See, that's the cleanest joke I have, sorry.
Hi, I'm here to present the next awards, which for redevelopment, reuse, historic education. First one is Arvon Fraser Library. Concordia State, St. Paul, University of Minnesota Pioneer Hall. And the winner is the University of Minnesota Pioneer Hall. Okay, the next one is Industrial Manufacturing Science, Crown Iron Works, Dodd Road Business Center, and Egan Gateway Industrial, Northern Stacks, Herois Medical, and the winner is Northern Stacks, Herois Medical.
Development. We are grateful to accept the Minnesota Real Estate Award 2020 for the Northern Stacks 5 building. On behalf of the project team, thank you. I specifically want to recognize Brian and Haley from Mohegan Hanson for their world-class design of the Herois Medical space, and for Mortensen for their careful build out of that space, which resulted in such a dramatic look. I'd also like to recognize Eric Batiza and Steve Cheerhart for their creative, transparent work in helping us put this complex deal together. Thank you.
The next awards are Emerging Leader of the Year. And the finalists are Amy Johnson from Rohr's Company, Jeremy Jacobs from Colliers International, Jeremy Streifler from Cushman and Wakefield, Sean Sweeney, Hayes Harlow, and the winner is Jeremy Jacobs.
Okay, I met John, and I'm going to guess at the year, probably 81. He came in and interviewed with Coldwell Banker. And this was right after he got out of Hamline Law School. And in fact, there was a crew of 5 of them that graduated together, and my executor and one of my best friends is one of the other ones. And I'm buddies with the other 2, and then the 5th one was Paul Majors, the local anchor here that went to California.
I first met John in the fall of 1977 in law school. And I can remember the class, by the way. It was an insurance class. The professor's name was Jim Pielmeyer. It was near the end of class, and it was a warm fall day, and maybe a minute to go in class. And Professor Pielmeyer, does anyone have any questions? This guy behind me speaks up. Yes, Mr. Allen. He asks a long question, and I thought, oh my God, we're not going to get out of here. It's hot. And I muttered something, and that wasn't polite. And then once I turned around to see who was asking the question and saw the size of the human being, I thought, man, I need to come up with something to make this guy happy. So that's how I met John Allen. And it turns out we walked out of that class together and became friends from that moment on.
John was and I knew it because I was rough around the edges. John came into, big energy, you name it, smart, decisive. imposing but not threatening. You know, he got a likability to him. So he was a natural salesperson. So they hired him, and we had a system in the old days where a senior person would take on a junior one as a runner. We called them. They called them something else, and they were just saying, God, you know, who can we put John with, because he might push some people a little too hard. And so Joel Finney was his mentor. If there was ever an odd couple, Felix and Oscar, that was John and Joel.
During law school, he comes to me in a cold winter day, and the forecast is for the weather to only get worse. I mean, it's going to really get cold. He says, do you have $50? I said, I don't have $50. I barely got enough money for lunch. I remember he and I were kind of big shots because we'd splurge the extra 10 cents at lunchtime to get cheese on the cheeseburger. And I'm serious. That's a true story too. So I said, I don't have $50. And I said, why do you need $50? He says, because I'm just a little bit short. He says, I want to buy a starter, you know, to start cars. It's going to get cold. And John didn't live in the best of situations at that time in life. He lived with a bunch of people that were broke like he was. And so he figured their cars weren't going to start once the weather went south. So if he had a car starter, he'd charge him $10 a thing to start the car. So he ended up getting the extra $50, and I don't know where he got it, but he bought a Star Carter. And so he got out this is John, up early in the morning. It's going to be 40 below. There's John out in that parking lot. Cars don't start. He's charging $10 a car. He paid for the damn thing that first morning.
I first met John Allen when he worked as a bouncer at Sergeant Preston's with Paul Majors. Well, he was an aggressive broker. He had a very good sense for a deal, and he had a very good sense for closing the deals. And he did a good job for his clients, and then he ultimately did a good job for himself. No, I mean, I think he was a very good student of market conditions, and he knew when the market was dried up that it was going to come back, and you could go out and be aggressive and get land and build buildings, and the market would come to you, for lack of a better term.
John has always been a real hardworking, aggressive individual. He still is today. And when I first met him, I mean, you couldn't believe the energy and the hard work that this fellow would put into everything he did, the perfectionism of it. And I haven't seen one change in him since. If anything, it's gotten more intense than it was back then. Since then, I've financed over 30 properties for John, and I think, you know, generally speaking, the loan amounts was in excess of $200 million. By the way, all of which were constantly current and have since been paid off in full. So it's been a successful situation. And most of I can add that most of these financings was done with, I'm talking now permanent financing, not construction loans, but these were done with New York Life as a permanent lender. And he has just a fabulous reputation with New York Life. They'll bend over backwards and do just about anything for the guy. So, and still will, even though he's, you know, they deal with these huge developers around the country.
What John is good at is determination. He's got the determination of a pit bull on a chuck roast. He's not going to let go. It's his energy. It's his drive. All of those things that define determination. He's unbelievable in that respect. He's remarkable. He has more determination than any human being I've ever met. And that's a fact. And I recognized that early on. John doesn't understand no. John doesn't understand. You never hear John say, I can't do that. He'll give it a try and he might fail. He'll keep trying. He'll just keep trying. That's John. It's his drive. It's his determination. It's that can't fail attitude. And it's a positive attitude that he carries around with him. He's a remarkable human being.
I gotta just tell you, when I met John, I knew that I needed to have my A game. And so I suited up and I came in and I sat down and John's like, okay. And I had one of those John meetings and I came away from that meeting and I was like, that is a guy I want to know for a long period of time, and I'm going to do it right for him. So the most interesting and thing that sets John Allen to be John Allen is his intentionality to quality. I mean, there is no variation to doing it right. And so, like, I'm sitting in front of a building right here, right now, and this is in Fridley, right on Main and Main, the corner of, as to John Allen quote, on the corner of 100% and White Hot. And so, and he waited it out, right? You know, so he's going to do it right, but he's not going to pay more than what he should. And so he waited for multiple groups to come in and out of this property before he came in and said, okay, now I'll buy it and I'll do what I say and I'm going to buy this thing. So what John did really well was create a product that, you know, that now everybody's copying. He created a product that's a beautiful building, fully landscaped, and there's a door on every inch of the back of this building, and there's also drive-in doors, and his incredible optionality, because he never built a single building with the idea that he would ever sell them. He built them so that every time a tenant would come and go, he could move with the tenant's needs. And so that's really what set John apart from everyone else in the marketplace that was catapulted him into the spot that he's at. His business plan doesn't have hope in it. He's got every thought, he knows what it's going to cost, and he knows what he does, and that's just it. He executes well.
John's just not business oriented. He's family oriented. He's a hell of a friend. He's one hell of a friend.
Well, he's not short of confidence. We all know that. He's one of the hardest. He's very hardworking, always has been. He's very involved in his developments. He, more than anyone, builds them. He's at most every showing until he's sold out. He's involved with the construction, the tenants, every aspect. I mean, he's there, and he picks up his phone. Probably more active than most people at his level, I would argue. When he started, I mean, he used to demo his own offices, and he paints his own. I mean, early on, he was doing his own painting, demo. He's not afraid to do the work.
John is very intelligent. He has a keen business sense. He understands the financial implications of a transaction and a business enterprise at a level that I find to be quite unusual. His thinking is efficient. His actions are direct. He's very focused. He's fair, but he's determined and disciplined and committed.
He comes to me one day and says, hey, he says, are you busy this weekend? And I said, no. He says, you want to seal coat some driveways? And I said, what do we know about seal coating driveways? And he said, well, you know, he said, I went and hired on with this guy. And I says, I've been seal coating for a week and a half. He goes, is that what all those marks are in your arms and your neck and face? He goes, yeah. He says, it's from the asphalt. And he says, but I know enough. He says that I know we can do it. So we went and printed up flyers, right? It said seal coating. We went to the west side of Minneapolis, you know, the suburbs, where we thought people had money and we knew they had a driveway. And he had this old beat up pickup truck. I sat on the right front hood and we drove through communities like Minnetonka. I would open a mailbox, put a flyer in, open a mailbox, hotter than hell, humid out, put a flyer in. And we were just hoping to get 1 or 2 calls. And we did. And the next thing you know, we sealed, coated a couple driveways. That led to a couple of other things. And I remember that so this business became Gopher State Seal Coat. He eventually sold it.
I think he looked around fairly early on, was making deals, and he was looking at what he was making and splitting with a company versus what the developers were making, and he decided to dabble a little bit himself. I think the first building he bought, I think a little one, was off 58th and Lindale, and there was a story that I do believe. After he closed it, he went in and said something to all the tenants. And a neighbor of mine, somebody I knew, I run into him a couple of days later, he said, geez, Bill, somebody just bought the building and comes and introduced himself and says, by the way, we're doubling your rent next month. And at one point then, he bought I think the next one was in Brooklyn Park, and he wasn't afraid of working it. One day I went up to visit him, see something what he was doing, and he's sitting there with a front end loader ripping out landscaping with a chain, and his wife's up on a ladder painting the building. They bought a building that needed tenants and this and that, and they were sprucing it up, and they weren't afraid of hard work, so I was always impressed with that. He won't overpay for a site. He knows good real estate. He knows what he wants to do. Early on, I think he decided that he wanted to be a lower cost provider. So if the market went down a little bit, you know, he didn't have to get an arm and a leg for the rent. Don't go for the real high finish product. If you don't have somebody that needs 50% office, you know, you're in trouble. He's smart. He dots all the I's, crosses all the T's. He understands the numbers. He's not a high risk taker. He knows a good deal when he sees it. He's willing to take a risk there, but he's gonna make money on the buy. I can say one thing about it: nobody's gonna outwork him on a deal. Nobody's gonna outsmart him on a deal. They can outbid him. He knows when to walk away from a deal. I think that's important. He's a dear friend. He's loyal. He's forthright, funny, and smart as a whip.
He had the ability and capability of going vertical with a project where many of his competitors were hunkering down. I've been through a number of recessions with John, and frankly, it's been kind of remarkable that he had a building being delivered at the time when the market was coming out of a recession. I think the biggest thing that comes to my mind that really separates John is he's involved in every aspect of his business, and he knows it and he lives it every day, from finding the land to entitling the land to designing the building to being the general contractor on most of his projects, working with the cities, the third parties, and of course, he always did his own leasing. And so when you have such high touch points on every facet of your business, this really allowed John to take, make quick decisions and jump on things and take advantage of opportunities where his competitors just couldn't get out of their own way.
One thing I really appreciate about John is how faithful he is, and he's generous, and he's really a wonderful guy. And one of the things that my wife and I have been involved with is we're building a school in the Dominican Republic. And I said, John, I need your help. And in one 5-word sentence, he said, no problem. And the next day, he made a very generous gift for the construction of our school. And so I know that John, he gives to his schools and his other things. You know, in Naples, he's a part of the community, and Brainerd, he's a part of the community, and in Minnesota, and education, all these other ways, he's giving back. And I witnessed it firsthand, and I really appreciate that in who he is.
I have a high regard for John and admiration for his commitment to that school, both with his business savvy and expertise, and he has been a very generous donor financially, and both of those have been essential for the school. He also was our board chair for more than 10 of those 23 years. It was at least 10, it may have been 11 or 12. So John was not only a trustee there, he was the leader, and he was an effective leader. John is a natural leader. He's a strong personality. He has a clear focus on what matters. He doesn't want to waste a whole lot of time on it, because once you know where we need to go, John is all about getting us there. But he's been a great leader on that board and was the chair until just several years ago, and has remained active as a trustee since that time.
I read the lead into this on Real Estate Journal, where they're advertising for this award, and it says a lot of things about John, all of which are true. And I think you could use just about any superlative that you wanted, and it would fit John. But my association with him, I could just say very simply, he's a very nice guy and a great friend to have. And I'm really, I'm happy I've known him for that period of time. In the meantime, I'd like to tell John, congratulations for this award that you're getting. It's not your first by any means. I've seen you at many other of these dinners and such, and I certainly don't think it'll be your last. But congratulations and best to you.
John, we've had a great relationship together over the years. I can't offer enough congratulations to you for your success. And this award is really an exclamation point on what you've done with your life. Congratulations.
Congratulations on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. It's recognition that was hard-earned and well-deserved. What you've accomplished in your career is just short of remarkable. You're a man of high integrity, honor, and your loyalty to Wells Fargo and myself has never been forgotten. So, best wishes in the years ahead, my friend.
John, I'm happy to be part of this video and send you my personal congratulations, well deserved, for this Lifetime Achievement Award. All best to you, and thank you for all you've done and continue to do for Northland College.
Congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award. It's very well deserved. God bless.
Congratulations, John, for winning the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Nobody deserves it more than you do. I love you. Take care of your family.
John, I'd like to tell you congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. I honestly don't know anyone that could be more deserving, except perhaps Gary Holmes, Bill McHale, people like that. Anyway, John, I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations. You are a true friend.
I'd like to invite up to the stage the person that this award is named after, the Gary S. Holmes Lifetime Achievement Award, and Gary's going to make an announcement about John and give him the award. There you go. You like my socks? Yeah.
Thank you very much. Talking about all these people that were talking about it, I knew John when he was at Sergeant Preston's, then knew John later on when Joe Finney, he worked under him. And of course, it couldn't have been a better pair, as some of these guys said. Joe Finney was a dandy. He was one of a kind. And so I think some of that rubbed off on John a little bit, but otherwise different. John also then later, he and I both moved down the Lake of the Isles and lived about 5-6 doors around the corner. And then Paul Majors lived kind of across the lake. And so came across John a lot. When he was a broker, he got Dave Carlin and I involved in doing some of the office showrooms. Actually, we were building one, but then he came in and showed us some more stuff, told us some more things, and really kind of helped it. And from there, we decided, well, we'll stamp out, 6 or 7 million feet more, and did that. And at the same time, then John started doing some more. And John was more than a formidable component or competitor. He was very good. He helped make everybody else in the community doing those projects step up their game too and make it better. The thing I liked about John the most, which I think I told him a couple of times, I had like 3 or 4 different guys in our office doing the leasing. And they'd come back with a deal, and I'd say, tenant wants too much, they don't want to pay very much. So I'd always quote John and say, well, John did this deal over here, and he's getting this kind of rent, and he didn't give him very much of anything. So he was great in that regard. He doesn't even know all of what he did, but so he was a great one to quote. And I always liked the double the rent story. I always thought that was good. So at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity it's just kind of ironic that John got it too, and I know him pretty well, even though I don't see him much. Take him to come to the stage and get his award. I don't want to say anything more because it's all been in the video today. I'd like to know where he dug up some of these people. I thought some of these people have been long gone, but it's great. So want to take this, give you the award, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary.
You look handsome today.
I want to look like you. Well, if you can't live down your past or reputation, you might as well live it up. With 300 people watching virtually, sitting out there in the internet world, I feel a little bit like Miss June on Romper Room. I see Kelly out there. I see all the people that aren't here today. Thank you, Gary, for that introduction. Thank you all for sitting through that long video. I am deeply, deeply grateful and honored to receive the Gary Holmes Lifetime Achievement Award. I would say I'm humbled, but I would have a hard time selling that with people that know me best. I'm honored because as I stand here today, I know most of my career runway is behind me. I also have tremendous respect and admiration for the breadth and scope and the lifetime achievements of others in this room and all of you in this industry. And God, I would like to do this race again. It was fun. It's not a well-kept secret. Gary, I modeled industrial equities after your company and your philosophies of invest, develop, and hold. I did that purposely because he had the idea that made the best sense to me. So receiving the Gary Holmes Lifetime Achievement Award is particularly personal to me. And to be honest, I'm still learning from Gary. Today, before the event, he gave me some great ideas on how he's living on a fixed income. My sincere thanks also to the Minnesota Real Estate Journal. Since 1984, you have been skillfully reporting and covering the real estate industry in Minnesota. You identify issues and trends and challenges, give us market updates, do CLE trainings, and have earned a revered status for those of us in this commerce. Thank you. As professionals and as businessmen in this field and women in this field, the Real Estate Journal's 2020 awards ceremony is really very important. It's an opportunity to showcase and celebrate how the premier real estate professionals in this industry and community and the best young people of this generation have strategically responded to the market, its niches, its issues, its challenges, and its opportunities. The nominees today represent a remarkable component of this commerce in this. Your design unleash prosperity into Minnesota. You generate jobs, enhance tax base, do nonprofit housing, create residential living options, house business enterprises that are from the ordinary to the extraordinary, and design and deliver cutting-edge medical facilities. You reclaim, you redevelop, you reposition, and repurpose properties across the spectrum. You are visionaries and you are risk takers. Your work enhances the quality of life and the citizens of Minnesota on a daily basis. You represent, in my mind, the best of the very free enterprise system at a time when we need it most in this community. Very few industries have the economic waterfall impact of real estate. So today, to all the nominees and everyone in attendance out there elsewhere, well done indeed. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey has a book signing event in Uptown today for his just released book, Profiles in Crisis Leadership. Yeah, he was promoted by the left as a boy wonder mayor. He's now regarded more as boy than wonder, but I still have my building downtown boarded up because of his leadership. I'm going to speak a little bit about how I got started in the business, how I transitioned from brokerage to development, and then a few other things. My introduction to real estate was not traditional. It wasn't a job fair. It wasn't a internship. It wasn't career counseling. As Paul said, during the 70s, he and I were bouncers at Sergeant Preston's of the North on 7 Corners in Minneapolis. The best dressed customers and the guys winning the fun game were commercial real estate owners and brokers and lenders and developers. I recall Gary, a younger guy, stopping by to visit with my boss and our dear friend Mike Andrews. These players were the first in the bar and the last out. And I thought, I can do that job. To be fair, and I don't want to slight or provide any offense to the legal community that might be here, there were a lot of lawyers that hung out at that bar as well. But they just didn't put the same spin on the ball. After graduating from law school and passing the bar, I had 2 job offers. One was from a corporate law office where I'd make $21,000 a year, have 2 weeks vacation, work 60 hours a week, and have medical. The other was from Coldwell Banker Commercial Real Estate. They were going to give me a $12,000 a year annual draw, paid back with commissions, no vacation, no medical, but the top 5 guys in the company were making $100,000 a year. Paul was in Oregon on his first news gig in Portland, and I called him and I laid out the opportunities for him. He listened carefully and he spoke 4 words. Poor John, tough choice. I went with the commercial real estate gig and I had the outrageous good fortune to go with Coldwell Banker. I've always said and believed that the right time, the right place, and the right people guaranteed success. Jimmy Carter had just left office. The Republican Ronald Reagan wave was about to start. Minneapolis-St. Paul was graduating from a regional market to a national platform. And in the next 40 years, we would see Minneapolis grow 40 years, see Minneapolis grow by 60%. For the younger members in here, you don't remember, but I do, that in the early 80s, the ring roads of 494 and 694 had yet to be started. We were, in those early 80s and the 90s, an inbound destination for multiple companies who wanted to do business in Minnesota. And it was a perfect time to be in business and start in commercial real estate in Minnesota. Coldwell Banker had strong senior leadership, a national presence, and provided exceptional sales and market training. I was surrounded by supercharged, driven and polished salespeople who were great to learn from. And Coldwell Banker itself was elevating the need and the acceptance of brokerage communities in the Twin Cities at a time when Minneapolis was still a bit parochial about their approach to brokerage and those services. I watched and I studied the decisions and the habits of the most highly successful. It was those early years that I grasped one lesson. Real estate brokerage wasn't championship figure skating. You got no points for style. The brokers were tough, and the best brokers would box you out with sharp elbows, check you into the boards, or run you over in the pursuit of a deal. It was clear to me that congeniality awards were for beauty pageants. And that taught me a great deal about being aggressive, and what you've heard about before. I might add that the bouncing wasn't a bad background. During 14 years, I honed all my skills by watching the people I were working for. I had the good fortune to represent multiple top-notch developers, Opus and Ryan, Tom Cordnoy, Sam Marfield, Jerry Portnoy, Jerry Troyan, and yes, Gary Holmes. All fabulous mentors. I'm not sure all have intended them to teach me what they thought they were teaching me, but it was all great influences on my career. And it was the most consequential time of my educational life. It was my Harvard MBA. Almost 40 years later, I'm thankful to Coldwell Banker. It was the right place with the right people at the right time. It was also when I was at CB, I started investing on my own. My first development was in 1989. Some people won't believe this, but I went to every one of my clients on a site I was aware of on New Brighton Boulevard and County Road D, and nobody wanted to take the site. Whose teams I adopted, the best of the teams they had, I adopted and used them. The project was a huge success, and thanks to Tom Crowley and Dick Jeske, I was financed it just in time to avoid the 90s real estate downturn. That project gave me the currency and dry powder to take advantage of the downturn of the 1990s, but more importantly, it was my first introduction to development and my first step away from brokerage. Pat Ryan, a number of years later, ruining the fact that I had become competition, said somewhat tongue-in-cheek, "I wish we'd have bought that damn New Brighton site." I left CB in 1995, and the industrial marketplace in Twin Cities was about to explode. And fortunately, I had the currency and credit and the positions to have 500,000 square feet of spec projects either planned or under development when the fuse was lit. It was those early years and the success of those early years that provided the base for the next 3 to 3.5 million square feet of space that we did. In this business, you can stay too long or leave too early, and that's kind of like acceptance speeches. So I'll bring this in for a landing. After selling only 4 buildings in 25 years, we sold 2/3 of our portfolio to Blackstone in 2019. Thank you, Mark Holzroth. I've been told that was also good timing. This moment is not my own. Today would certainly be mission impossible without many people, so let me salute a few. Most importantly, thank you, Becky, my wife, for raising 5 children, making the trains run on time, and allowing me to work my trap line. Thank you, Deanne Steinball. You've been with me since 1989 as my CFO. I'm deeply, deeply grateful to Wells Fargo, Glenn Sandsburn, Marilyn Dahl, and Jason Radall. You never said no to me in 38 years. Tom Crowley and Dick Jeske, teachers, did my first mortgage with teachers, and that was a thing of beauty as the market was about to crumble. Tony Winchesky, well, everybody knows Tony. Thank you. Partners since 1982. And lastly, my long-term attorney, Neil Posting, who has been a daily gift, always skillfully following up on projects that I put in motion. In conclusion, I hesitate to acknowledge that clouds hang over our heads today. None of us have the option of choosing all of our challenges or business tests. Fate and history usually provide them for us. And in this time of civil uncertainty and COVID, I take comfort in the shared experience that our community of real estate professionals has been tested and hardened. It has survived 21% interest rates, the Texas developers, stock market crashes, tech bubbles bursting, the savings and loan crisis, anti-development sentiments, 4 recessions, the 2008 financial crisis, and well, you get the point. If you're in this industry, perseverance is in your DNA. We will ride this out. Thank you for this honor. Good luck. Speak.
Wow, congratulations again, John. Never seen you cry before. Very nice. You know, I think you kicked me out of Sergeant Preston's back in the day, but in my defense, I was overserved at Bullwinkle's. So, all right, we're going to hit our final awards, and I'm going to bring Todd Phillips up to do the next 5 awards. So welcome, Todd.
Why do I have to follow that? Whose idea was this? Thank you, Joe. Like I said earlier, I was the one who got to put together that video, and I feel like I know you, John, and respect you, and you don't know this, but I've been telling my kids about you for like 10 years as they grew from children to young adults, and I said, here's a guy. We all in this industry know buy low, sell high. Really easy to do, right? And we all fail miserably at it. I think I mastered the buy high, sell low thing from 2004 to 2007, but John's the guy who, I asked everybody they interviewed, I said, does he have a lucky rabbit's foot? Because I secretly hoped he had a lucky rabbit's foot. And they said, no, Todd, he's just smart, he's hardworking, he knows what he's doing, he doesn't play outside the sandbox, and he just gets good deals done. So really cool to award that to you, and congratulations. Okay, next 3 awards. These are people who don't have any competition. In 2 of the cases, while I'm doing the next 3, there's only 1 nominee. So let me finish. The first one is hospitality. Fillmore Theater. Nobody else made the cut. Is there anybody here from Fillmore Theater? Guess who the winner is? There we go, there we go.
Thank you. And as many have said, we will weather this. Come on. We're right next to the, it's the Element Hotel. It's the Fillmore Theater right on the light rail station. Next summer when we're done with this, come on down, see a show, watch a game, stay at the Element. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great project. So when I'm also the one, I get to do all the hard work at the real estate job. I had to build out the software so that the judges could go in and use criteria, and I had to build questions that people could answer. So it would, and you think this is easy, but it's not. How can I draft a question in such a way that it will delineate all these wonderful projects so that we can pick a winner? And a lot of the scores are still incredibly close. I tell all the judges, I'm like, you can't give everybody a 10, please, okay? You're making my job impossible. Well, one of the questions is, how is your project bold or audacious? And some of these projects, like the Fillmore, scored super high on those, enough that nobody else made the cutoff. So it's pretty cool to see a couple of these. This next one, CPA of the year, I just saw him walk to the bathroom. There he is, Jim Lockhart. So we had initially 3 people that were nominated for this award. And the other 2, I won't tell you who they are, because hopefully they'll apply next year. But they said, who else is applying? Jim Lockhart. I'm out. So by default, we have the video. Real Estate CPA of the Year. Congratulations, Jim Lockhart. Come get your trophy. Jim and I started working together. I don't know if you all know my background. In 1998, we worked at Lurie Best Lapidus. And Jim was the whole reason that I went to law school and wasted 4 years of my life. So here you go.
Thank you very much for the recognition. I'd like to recognize the Whip Fleet team because it does take a team for everything that we do. Thank you.
All right. Alan, do we have a most significant lease transaction? There we go. RBC Gateway. I'll accept it on their behalf. Another great deal. Another one that beat out the competition. Are we ready to move on? Interior design, retail, restaurant, hospitality. Before you all go home, you have to experience this, seeing how bald your head is on the monitor in front of you when you look down at the monitor in front of you. Then finalists are, we're having internet problems. If you were wondering why Alan wasn't playing the videos, we are freezing up here. I'll read them out of the book. Here we go. Interior design, retail, restaurant, hospitality is not the right category. That's not the one we're doing. Looking for senior housing northwest. Who was that? Thank you. You must have good eyes. Thank you. Applewood Point of Champlin, Mississippi Crossing. Winders. And the winner is Applewood Point of Champlin and Mississippi Crossing. You got to say something.
I got to say something? All right. I was told I have to say something. Mark Nelson on behalf of United Properties and our Applewood Point team. This was just a really fun project. Able to build a new community on the Mississippi River. City of Champlin is a great partner. Congratulations to Alex Hall and our whole development team, Colleen Steele and our sales and marketing team. It's just been a fantastic project, and we're happy to be a winner. Thank you. All right.
When Jeff, we're going to go. Interior design, retail, restaurant, hospitality. Falling Knife Brewery. Assume that's ROG. Wings Financial Credit Union. Winner is. Am I getting this right? Is it RAG? I hope it's one of those two. Congratulations. There we go. Now you're going to tell us how it's pronounced. Here's your COVID-free trophy.
Promise?
Yes.
Thank you. Cool. Hi, I'm Christy Bussey with Diversified Construction, and it is ROG. It's at 50th and France. It's an upscale Indian concept. If you haven't been, it's delicious. I'd also like to thank Cameron Design for bringing us in on this deal. Thanks.
That's it for me. I'll bring Jim back up, but thank you all for coming. We worked really hard to do two events, one in Illinois and this one, and try to do them quasi-virtual and live. And It's a virtual backflip to try to get these things broadcasted and bring people in and do all this stuff. So thank you to our team and everybody who showed up to actually, in the middle of a pandemic, come and celebrate John Allen and the rest of these award winners. So thank you.
Thank you, Todd. You know, I just noticed your coat matches my shorts, so that's kind of nice. Presenting our next 3 awards, I'd like to welcome up Paige Allen to the stage. At this point in the program, I'd like to make a confession. I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned myself around. So, good.
Hello. The award for Property Management Company of the Year. And the nominees are Colliers International, Cushman and Wakefield Property Management, Ebenezer Management Services, Norhart, and Zeller. And the winner is Zeller. We will accept this award on your behalf. The next award is for City and Municipality of the Year, and the nominees are City of Lakeville and City of Roseville. And we have some out of order envelopes. But the winner is the City of Roseville.
Thank you. I'm Mayor Dan Rowe of the City of Roseville, and despite that, I'll keep my remarks short. I do want to thank our great team at Roseville. We have a small group. Our EDA is our city council, and our EDA staff is the same size, about 5 people. So we really do a lot with a small team, and we're very appreciative of this award, and thank, of course, all of those folks for their hard work. I would just say the highlighted project in our information that you might have seen is the McGough project, which was also nominated today for their headquarters project this last year, and we were really pleased to work with them on the project, both from a financial point of view in terms of providing some assistance to redevelop this property, as well as just to make sure that everything goes well from a regulatory point of view. The City of Roseville has worked hard to make sure that our zoning is both flexible for development as well as respectful of the surrounding areas and neighborhoods. And that's a way to make sure that these projects are a win-win for everyone. And we also worked hard to develop standards and measures for our financial assistance. And this was, I think, one of our first projects under that new regime, and it really turned out well for everyone. So thank you again for this recognition.
And the last award I'll be presenting is for Urban Multifamily, Green on 4th, Irvine Exchange, Jack's Apartments, Loa 46, and Rafter. And the winner is Rafter. And we will accept that award on your behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Paige. Our next set of awards are going to be presented by Mr. Brad Schaefer. Come on down. While Brad's walking up here, some advice. Before you criticize somebody, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, if they come after you, you're a mile away and you have their shoes.
Good afternoon. I'm glad there was some space between Mr. Allen's presentation and mine. You don't want to stand in front of the nominee of the year or be after that, and you don't want to be right before lunch. So I'm here to give out 3 or 4 awards. Property Manager of the Year, and the nominees are Todd Balshiger with JLL, Kevin Conley with Zeller Realty, Gail Dreon with Frauenschuh, Ashley Lair with Cushman and Wakefield, David Reller with Colliers International. I hope I didn't hurt those names too badly. And the winner is Kevin Conley. Congratulations, Kevin. They gave you the good real estate in the back of the room, I see. So property managers are important. They should be up front. Congratulations.
This is a great award. Thank you. And I want to thank all our associates at Zeller and the folks that I work with at Fifth Street Towers. Thank you.
All right. Interior design for office headquarters. The finalists are Amplifon, Chartwell, I can say that one. Greenway Dental, Marcia McLennan Agency, Rachel Properties, Winslow Capital Management. And the winner is Rachel Properties. I'm happy to accept the award on their behalf, and they'll have to come pick up in my office. Oh, good. You guys are moving a little slow. Come on, pick it up, pick it up.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Tom Morris. I'm with HTG Architects, and I just want to say thank you to Joe and Ryan back at our office. Shout out to Mike Bauer and his team at Bauer Design Build, general contractors on our project, and the folks at Rachel Properties for the opportunity to work on such a great project. Thank you.
By the way, nice gams, Jim. You really make those kneecaps work. Do I have any more? I think I do. Redevelopment, reuse, historic, retail, and restaurant. Central block remodel at the shops at Arbor Lakes. Hope Engine Company number 3. Northern Stack Boiler Room. Used to work in a boiler room, that's a whole other story. 3 Jack, couldn't pronounce that. And the winner is Hope Engine Company number 3. Congratulations. All right, this one I get to keep. All right, good. Thank you.
Jim, do you want to say anything?
Thank you, Brad. Our final set of awards are going to be presented by none other than Jeff Johnson. So come on up here. You know, a couple of housekeeping items before I leave. I think this is the last time I'm on stage, right?
Well, unless you want to come up.
No, I'm leaving. So those of you that got your awards tonight, we know that they've been clean because Jeff licked all of them for the show just to make sure they were clean. So
Yes.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Awesome. All right, so let's go to the Interior Design Housing Award of the Year. Okay, I'm going to just read them here. Is that okay? Oh, here we go. Egan Place Apartments, Sable, Waterstone Place, and the winner is, hang on. Oh, I had the architect of the year.
Looking, John Allen, I noticed that you were checking my knees out a couple of times. So just so you know, I noticed. Sergeant Preston's all over again.
Here we go. All right, we went through a couple. All right, and the winner is Waterstone Place Apartments. I don't believe anybody's here from Waterstone Place, so we will hold that award for you. So speak of awards that we're holding for people that are not here and are watching virtually. Please reach out to me after the event, or Jay from my team, or Katie from my team, and we'll either mail you the trophy, or if you want to come to our office and get it, either way is fine with us. So, all right, so let me grab the next envelope for Urban Multifamily Minneapolis CBD. Hang on. All right. Got the right envelope, so I'm ready to go. All right, Urban Multifamily CBD. City Club Apartments. Fit Apartments. Ironclad. The Vicinity. And the winner is, and yes, I have the right envelope, is City Club Apartments. I don't believe anybody's here for City Club Apartments, so we are on to Real Estate Woman of the Year. Let me grab that envelope. All right, Real Estate Woman of the Year, all right? Wendy Osrud. Jody Faring Trend. Sarah Martin. Jill Rasmussen. And the winner is Sarah Martin. Hey, Sarah's here. Now I just have to find your trophy. Hang on.
Thank you. It's an honor to be nominated and a surprise to win. I just am very thankful for being a part of the Minnesota real estate community. As others have said tonight, this is such a supportive group, and in a year like this year, I think it's even more so. So thank you to everyone who's supported my career and given me opportunities, and to my team. Thanks.
All right, congratulations, Sarah. Just on a little side note, last week we actually held a Women in Real Estate Summit. We held it over at the Radisson Blu, and we had about 200 people live streaming into the event. and about a group about like this size, 125, 150 people live at the event. It was a tremendous event. That was our 3rd annual one. So, all right, on to Developer of the Year. Let me grab that envelope. All right, here we go. Developer of the Year. Doran Companies. Kraus Anderson. Roars Companies. Schaefer Richardson. United Properties. And the winner is United Properties. I think somebody's here. There we go.
I'm just going to say a few things here. I can't resist a microphone when John Allen is in the room. It's hard to follow that act. Big congratulations to you, Johnny. He's a friend. I consider him a friend. He's obviously an amazing developer, has set the bar very high for the real estate community for many years, and really a balanced individual in professional and family and personal life. I was going to make a comment for those of us who know John just a little bit. I've never seen John have a bad day. Or a bad moment, but then again, I've never been his broker, so. This award for us is very meaningful for us. It's really a testament to a great culture that we built at United Properties, a really diverse set of employees with great backgrounds, and a great owner in the Polad family with us and supporting us. It's also an award from all of you in the real estate community. I consider it an honor to work with you, from the Jim Damianis of the world to all the other people I work with and we work with at United Properties. It really makes it, it's really a business about people. The real estate gets in the way of having great fun with real estate people. We're proud of the things that we've been able to do in the communities that we develop in here. We've done some very small projects and also some very large projects. This Gateway project downtown took about 5 years off our lives here, but it's an amazing project that we think will be great for Minneapolis. I'm also equally amazed at the breadth of projects that we do at United Properties. You saw a couple examples where we did our senior housing projects. We did a theater in the North Loop called the Fillmore. We built the Nordic in the North Loop, which we consider to be kind of the heart of the North Loop today, and many other things in the suburbs. We also give back a fair amount to the community. We give a big chunk of our pre-tax profits back to the community, and I know every one of our employees volunteers time in the communities and for various causes. And really, at the end of the day, I just want to say what makes me get up in the morning is the opportunity to have fun, use my imagination in working and building a great company and working with all of you. It really represents from all of us. We put our heart into this business, and I'll take this as a recognition from the industry that you see that. So thank you.
All right, so I understand I skipped a couple categories, so. Here in the Senior Housing Redevelopment of the Year, so hang tight here. Let me see if I got those. Oh, I have the Architect. Yeah, I'm ready to do the Architect of the Year, Alan. Here we go. All right, Architect of the Year, Patrick Gadana, Dan Parks, and the winner is Dan Parks. Dan?
Thank you, Real Estate Journal, for this award. I appreciate it. You know, I didn't know about this award till about 2 weeks ago, when one of our staff persons invited me to this lunch. So I appreciate the staff at Westwood teeing me up. I also appreciate a number of clients who have apparently said nice things to me or about me to win this award. Finally, I just want to have a shout out to Pat, Pat at BDH & Young. Pat and I have worked on a couple of projects together, been successful, and he's definitely as deserving of this award as I am. So if you need a really good architect, make sure you talk to Patrick, and I'm sure he can help you out. But thanks for your support here.
All right, Alan, are we going to do the senior housing redevelopment? Does that sound good? All right, Applewood Point, Egan. Glen at Valley Creek. Havenwood of Burnsville. The Legends of Woodbury. All right, and the winner is, hang on. Al, was that the senior, Todd, was that the senior housing, South by Southeast? Yeah, senior housing, sorry, we've had due to a lot of people no-showing, we just had a lot of things mixed up. Senior house, South by Southeast, the Legends of Woodbury.
I was up here once before, but I'd further like to say thank you to everyone. And this is one of the first projects I took over from someone at Dominium, and it was great to work with all my partners and associates. So that's a shout out to them. Thank you.
All right, what was the final one? Before Executive of the Year, I got to do redevelopment reuse. Thank you.
You should see his desk. 1500 Nicollet. The Jacks. And up for a second award, U of M Pioneer Hall. The winner is, it's really fun to be the only person who knows the winner. And every year Jeff asks, can you tell me who the winners are? No. And then Jay will say something. Can you tell me who the winners are? No. But the winner of this award is the Jacks. Congratulations.
All right, sorry about that. I'm assuming they are not here. So, all right, so our final award tonight is for Executive of the Year. All right, go ahead. Mark Davis with Davis. Paul Hyde, Hyde Development. Brian Roars, Roars Companies. And the winner is Paul Hyde, Hyde Development. We're teeing up a video. Here we go.
Executive of the Year, thank you. It makes me think back on how I started in my parents' basement with a $12,000, 200-pound Gateway computer and dial-up internet. And my parents went so far as to literally put their retirement savings on the line as collateral for our first building to get our first project going. I'm happy to report it turned out well and laid the groundwork for where we are today as Hyde Development. I'd also like to thank Mike, Callie, and Stacy in our office, my colleagues who do all the heavy lifting. And finally, our partners and our builder at Mortensen, who made these spectacular projects possible. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Paul, and thank you once again for all of you watching from home today and for everybody that joined us today at the Depot. This is our third annual Minnesota Real Estate Journal Awards. Last year we hosted the event at Golden Valley Country Club. We sold the event out. Year two, we had the ice storm. A great year. So thank you to all of the finalists. Thank you to everybody that nominated people and projects for awards this year. Thank you to all of our sponsors for participating in today's program and for companies that bought sponsor tables today. And also a special thanks to John Allen, and congratulations on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Awards. And also, for all of those that did win an award today and were watching virtually, please reach out to Jay or myself or Katie from my team or Todd, and we will get those awards to you. So, Jim, any last final words?
Thanks for a great event, Jeff, and look forward to next year's event.
All right, thank you, everyone. And if you are here, the bar is open over there. So, thank you.
Thank you for joining us for the 2020 Minnesota Real Estate Journal Awards. Congratulations to all the finalists and winners. See you again in 2021.